And welcome.
And welcome to the celebrated nightly news of Calaveras County. My name's John.
And I'm Kim.
And we want to apologize for, if those of you who are a little bit techie know, this is not a good thing.
No.
About 2 minutes to airtime, about 9, we had a blue screen of death.
Yes, we did.
We plugged in some of the encoding equipment. Now this, without boring you to death, some of the equipment we use is very invasive.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Don't do it.
I know, it's very invasive so that...
You must just be allergic to me.
I think so.
There's a specific... We don't ever sit this close, except for during the news. So the only time he sneezes is during the news. So
you're not always this close?
And we're not always cuddly, snuggling up to one another. Don't have time.
Oh, I see.
Well, anyway, when we do the news,
it's very invasive, so if you don't have plug things in the specific order, if you try to rush it,
all right,
it'll blue screen.
So some people may have already turned us off thinking it was a rerun. I hope that didn't happen, because you were getting last night's news for the first 10 minutes.
I mean, look at what you would have missed.
Yes.
I mean, you would have missed us
tonight. Night of the John and Kim show, right?
Yeah. I mean, you would have missed it.
We had a very exciting day today. John had a very exciting interview with somebody very, very special.
We did. It was an honor to interview Congressman Lundgren.
Yes.
And it's one of those things to where...
We interviewed Bill Durston a couple months back.
Yes, his challenger, Bill Durston.
It was Lundgren's turn, right?
And today was one of those days, on this campaign season where they kind of make the rounds.
Yes, exactly.
So, Congressman Lundgren today made the rounds with all the local media outlets here. Family Radio over in Jackson, TSPN over in Jackson.
Wow.
So he was basically making the loop. And
he was a little tired.
I think he had the flu that's been going around. I think he had that.
Yeah,
I don't think he was quite feeling himself. But one of these things, and this is not. I mean, these aren't gotcha journalism, hard-hitting pieces, because they're going to have a debate next week.
Yes,
they're going to have a debate
here in Angels Camp.
Here in Angels Camp, and we will be pushing that out live so they can have them just kind of let them go at each other there.
Yes.
This one was kind of things where we just asked the congressman what are some of the things that you haven't been asked? What are some of the things that you thought you wanted to get out there that people should know about, election or not? Mm-hmm. And one of the things that he was talking about was the Secure Rural Schools Act.
Okay.
Because, and he was defending the fact that he says some people consider it as pork, he doesn't, where it also, it really goes to help fund some of the rural schools. Now, some of the rural schools, he says it really matters because a lot of for example, in a county like Calaveras, a huge percentage of even the land mass is government owned. For National Forest Service, things like that. And anyway, he was very proud of the passage of the Secure Rural Schools Act. I think it's really a good thing for the other schools.
Now that was able to help the Rainbow Scott School, I believe, right?
Yes, and also a lot of the local schools, until that passed, and it didn't pass until just recently, they were already into the school year, they were uncertain about funding and different things like that. And the other one was the reform for the alternative minimum tax, because one of the things was in the alternative minimum tax code, what?
You're just rubbing too close tonight. We're rubbing Joe.
Yeah, okay. In the alternative minimum tax code, basically there was bracket creep built in, where if you have code that was written, tax code, written in the mid-'80s, and they think that, wow, anybody that makes $90,000 a year, they should be just taxed. Well, $90,000 a year in the early, may have been quite a tidy sum.
That's almost, I think, poverty.
Now it's a different deal. So what they is changing some of the
re-indexing. Way beyond poverty.
Re-indexing some of that was one of the things he was talking about. And he also talked about the obviously the bailout, and he was very uncomfortable with it. And one of the things he said is he was basically holding his nose and passing for it. Yeah, holding his nose and voting for the bill because it was. And a lot of people that still may not think it was a great idea to do it still had to. You voted for it just because that was they felt they needed to do. So anyway,
the debate is next week, right?
Yep.
Here in Angels Camp.
Here in Angels Camp, and it was the we'll post something on that. And this is where he was making the rounds. He was busy.
I know you're making the rounds as far as election time, all this, we asked a little bit.
Part of the biggest part of that was something called Dave City.
The alternative minimum tax goes through that stuff.
Situation where people say, hey, we don't increase your taxes. If we actually
I like his tie.
increase your taxes,
Pretty.
we're all that for it.
Yeah, it's funny. It's like he and his staffer. They were very well dressed, and you don't see that up here.
No, you don't.
Dark suits, ties.
Now, is he the one with the good looking staffer or not?
That's him.
Was he with them?
He was.
Okay. All the ladies were like, "Woo!" I didn't see the man. You just told me
haven't?
about him. No.
Oh. Well, he'll probably be at the debate next week.
Okay. Have to make sure
All
I
right.
make that
Now,
one.
this is a little bit of a humorous aside. Now, we know this
Just
is,
teasing.
and we know that most of you followed the presidential debate tonight, and you're going to have your own opinions on who you think won.
Yes, my poll tonight is who do you think won, and have you made up your mind yet? Hopefully you have after this last debate, and you can start mailing in those mail-in ballots if you'd like, or wait until the very end. We actually missed the debate. I'll be honest. We were busy working, but I do have the full transcript of the debate on thepinetree.net. We also have a poll if you'd like to comment on our poll as to who you feel won and why. Correct?
Yeah.
So we have the
Yeah.
full transcript. We missed it. We were in a
Well, we
meeting.
got parts of it.
Yes.
So we were able to catch
Of course,
parts
it
of it.
depends on what channel you turn to. Then
Yep. If you
go
looked
to-
at the
if you go to the-
right-leaning channels like
yes.
Drudge Report and stuff like that, they just think McCain just
yes,
clobbered it.
exactly.
And the other ones you thought that, like we saw part of one with Hillary Clinton, she thought it was 3 for 3.
Yes, exactly.
Obama just.
Yeah, so we don't know who won tonight. So if you'd like to chime in, and feel free to comment on our comment section or going onto our poll.
And one of the things I think did make sense was that they think that tonight's debate will set the agenda for the next few weeks, conversation-wise.
Exactly. Well, I did read that it was very similar debate to last week's. It was a very similar tone. It was very, very similar in a lot of ways. Same types of I don't know, questions were asked or whatever, but it was very similar. People felt that it wasn't much different.
Oh,
I did
okay.
read that part, but I don't know. I can't remember where I read that earlier. But
Well, I think
sorry,
Senator McCain was much.
was he wandering a lot again?
No,
like
he was
last
much
time?
more aggressive. Much more aggressive. Here we go. And see. What we're trying to do, and this is kind of a funny thing for Kim, is...
Oh, what are you doing? Looking up the guy? I don't even know who he is. Okay, you're the one that tells me how good looking he is. Maybe you
I
have a
wasn't
crush on
saying...
him.
Oh, good grief.
What? Just kidding.
Never mind. No, there was a...
One of his advisors, we're going back to Lundgren, not McCain, or we were gone Obama and McCain for a moment. Now we're going back to Lundgren.
Yeah.
One of his staffers was voted, I guess, one of the best looking guys on the Hill, right?
Yes. Yes.
And I've actually never seen the man, but what is his name? Brian
Cavaney.
Cavaney. And John has met him a couple of times and just said he's just...
Well, the
Those
reason
good-looking
is
guys.
Sarah Lunsford. Sarah Lunsford, who she thought he was a very nice-looking man.
Okay,
Yes, so
all right.
that was... anyway, it was...
So let's move on, John.
Let's move on.
So if you want to go to the Hill,
No.
thehill.com.
Here, I'm going to pull up something here now that we're doing down this
So we will
path.
have the interview with Congressman Lundgren.
Yep.
Sorry, I got all tongue twisted talking about his staffer. Anyway, I've never even seen the guy, so what would I know? Up on the pinetree.net later for your viewing pleasure.
Uh-huh.
What does that mean, John? Let's get moving. The San Andreas Mobility Week started today, this morning, bright and early at 7:30 a.m.
Yep.
People were taking a walk down in downtown Sonora. You could choose different spots to take a walk in and observe different points of interest in downtown San Andreas. And let me get to the schedule here real quick for the rest of the week. Let me see. Thursday, October 16th, will also start at 7:30 a.m. with concurrent walking workshops. Meet at the COG office, Town Hall, or Calaveras High from 9 to 12 noon. Drop-in open house. What is a rural livable mobility plan at Town Hall? The same meeting will be held at 3 to 6 p.m. 2:30 to 3:30 high school visioning session at Calaveras High School, and 6:30 to 8 p.m., which just might be a nice, cool evening walk. Maybe we should go do that one tomorrow night.
You think so?
The concurrent walking workshops meet at the same place. It's a nice evening stroll.
Yeah.
We could bring the dogs. The kids would
Yeah.
enjoy that, right? The kids.
Yeah.
The rollerblades or whatever, scooters. We can go on a stroll of downtown San Andreas, right? Friday. Doesn't sound like fun to you, John?
It does.
Friday.
It really does.
I almost stopped by the COG today. I was down there at the animal shelter for most of the day, and I almost stopped by, but I realized they were probably out on one of their walks. So, Friday, 9 a.m. to 12 noon.
Mm-hmm.
Drop-in open house again at Town Hall, 3:30 to 5 p.m. Student parent surveys at Calaveras High School, and Saturday they will have a workshop prioritizing ideas and projects at the Town Hall. So, maybe we'll go out for a walk tomorrow night as a family. I'm sure we have something else to cover tomorrow night.
As a family?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Tomorrow night is the Bret Hart Frosh football game. There's also a soccer game tomorrow night. Did you know that?
More soccer.
Football game against Amador at Bret Hart tomorrow evening. For Frosh football. Did you know that already, John?
I hadn't looked at my calendar yet.
Okay.
I should have.
What else is going on tomorrow? Calaveras Grown Farmers Market, and tomorrow is actually the last Wednesday for this season of the Calaveras Grown Farmers Market.
Today's Wednesday.
Oh, that was today. I'm looking at the wrong day. I'm sorry. Oh my God. See? I'm tired. Sorry. So tomorrow is a Frosh football game at 6 p.m.
Yep.
Sorry about that. Today was the last day for the farmers market. Sorry about that. Bret Hart girls golf match. Bret Hart boys soccer game. Valley Springs Library open house. Who do they play in soccer tomorrow evening?
It's right there.
Amador at Amador.
Amador at Amador.
Okay.
There we go.
What else tomorrow? Kids can. Valley Springs Library open house at 6 p.m. Turtles and Tortoises presentation at New Maloney's Lake at 7 p.m. That might be
Turtles and
interesting.
tortoises?
Yeah. That might be
No way.
interesting. No way. Yes way. There's lots of pumpkin patches going on. What, are you already going over to national news?
I am, because we had like 4 minutes left.
Okay.
And this is the time where normally we cover lots
We
of
didn't have a
local
lot of
stuff.
stuff go on today. Not a lot of stuff happened today. There was a minor injury accident.
Election
Highway
stuff.
4, Camp Connell, this afternoon. Minor injury. Thank goodness for that, because a car did roll over on its.
Minor injury, the turtles.
According to another news outlet, it was a minor injury. It didn't say on the CHP logs.
Yeah.
But it was a minor injury. And that's about all. That's really not a
A little bit on national news, what we were telling you, like on the Drudge Report. Drudge Report has who won the presidential debate, and the Drudge is ostensibly a bit right-leaning. They have 129,087, 72% McCain, 26% Obama.
Wow, we don't have that many votes on ours yet. 178,000.
They don't have 178,000 votes.
on our poll.
That's some votes. All right.
We probably have 0. I just
We
put
have
it
3
up.
comments.
I just put it up, John, like 2 minutes before the news.
And now if you go to CNN, ostensibly a bit more left-leaning poll, Obama wins.
Yeah, see?
So let's see here.
The majority of
58% of debate
yes.
watchers questioned in the CNN opinion research poll said the Democratic candidate Obama won. So
Okay.
on the Drudge, 78% said that McCain won. CNN,
Now, we can watch a replay of this, right? Later?
and we'll post a link straight
Yes,
up
we
to the
will.
replay.
Okay. But I'd like to watch it. It's like we haven't seen it yet.
So Obama wins debate. So depending on which outlet you're looking at,
Exactly. It's kind of hard to just go to a neutral one and figure it out. I mean, I guess you just have to go watch it for yourself.
That's
I
it.
didn't get
That's
to be
the
able to watch
only way to
That's
do
really
it.
the only answer, right? To get a neutral.
And one kind of interesting wrinkle
Observation.
is everybody was talking about Joe the plumber. Everybody was talking about Joe the plumber.
Okay.
All the pundits, talking heads, the debaters. Now, the thing with Joe the plumber is they were saying that. Now, you familiar with the Joe the plumber thing? Well, Joe the plumber was a man on the street that questioned Obama. Oh boy. I don't know what it is.
It's me, I'm telling you.
You think so?
Maybe
All right.
sit farther apart.
Maybe so. Yes, I think so. Joe the plumber was basically talking
I'm going to have to get a new co-anchor if you can't knock off the sneezing and the yawning. We're trying to be
I'll just be
professional
Bob
here.
off Kramer. It was to where Obama is. This is the take where when Obama talked to him on the street, right? He was talking about redistributing wealth.
Okay.
So it's an interesting one on different takes on it. The whole take on Joe the plumber, how that different. And Joe the plumber, I think, may get a book deal out of this or something.
Okay.
One little question.
All right.
But Joe, he was on some of the news outlets, but he still never would say who he's voting for. He wouldn't say
really?
whether he's voting for
Okay.
Obama or McCain. But
Okay.
Joe the plumber is getting lots of play.
That's great for Joe the plumber.
It is. And we thank you for stopping by tonight.
Yeah,
And we also thank Middleton's for sponsoring the news
Yes,
tonight.
the short news. Sorry about
And,
that. Tomorrow's our
we
weekend
had
news.
a-
Actually, it was just the right amount of time for tonight because there wasn't a whole lot of news today. Tomorrow night.
Not
will be
local
our-
news.
Not local news. Tomorrow night.
But
will
I
be our
guess one of the things is... Huh?
weekend entertainment edition.
That's it. But tonight's was definitely a national news night.
Yes, exactly.
Have a good night.
Good night.